Hi, welcome to a video made by a blind person. Yeah, too blind to care what the visuals look like. Hi everyone, it's Sunday morning. I'm just taking it easy. One more day before I've got to, go back to work. I mean, could I call in sick? Yeah, but why would I? I mean, I'm not feeling normal in the mouth, but I'm not gonna feel normal in the mouth for a long time. You can still hear in my words that something is not normal, but again, that's going to be the way it is for a long time. But I thought I'd go ahead and try to get this oral surgery story out, such as I'm gonna. Let's see, I went in. The first thing they did was give me some antibiotics, like 4 big pills. Like, they're the kind of pills that I would describe them as they're not quite liquid caps, but you know that kind of texture? That's what they are. They weren't so big that I had a hard time getting them down, but they are pretty big. I'm still on them, actually. I think he's prescribed a week of antibiotics. It's 1 pill every 8 hours, and I guess he wanted to really, get my immune system good and pumped up, because we started out with 4 at the same time. So anyway, that's how it started. Then the Novocaine injections, those were probably, out of the whole thing, those were probably the most unpleasant part of it. It's worth it, because once I was numbed up, I mean, it kind of felt like, it feels like the roof of your mouth kind of caves in, is what it felt like. After the borderline painful shots that went in. Not my favorite thing to go through. But again, it was worth it, because I was able to stay conscious, and yet, even though my mouth kind of felt like it caved in and was a lot bigger than it really was, it resulted in me being able to stay conscious through the whole thing and not feel anything. I mean, I felt the pressure, the movements of things at times, but certainly no pain. Let's see. Unfortunately, there were a couple of dental complications that arose with this surgery. When this thing broke, and the dentist said, well, I can't just glue it back on. First of all, there's nothing left to glue onto. Secondly, it's broken all over again, Since I really didn't want to walk out like this with no tooth at all, I will try to remember to put the picture on this video that shows a no tooth. Anyway, when this whole thing happened, the dentist had to bond this messed up tooth onto the other 2 teeth to keep it holding for as long as it could. Wonderfully, it held up for 3 weeks while I was trying to work through, not even 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. It was glued back on and bonded in on August 2nd, and on August 17th I had the surgery, so that was 15 days. Yeah, 15 days. It was 2 weeks. But in order to keep it on that long, she had to bond it to the other 2 teeth and glue it onto the other 2 teeth. Now, what that meant was, when the doctor pulled it off to do the extraction, I guess it didn't want to come off without a fight, and it took part of the crown on this other tooth off with it. Now, first of all, how I ended up with a crown on the other tooth, we think it was just cosmetic. Anyway, when that crown came off, because the doctor was pulling it off, it took part of the other crown with it. So I've got to get that fixed. Also, on this other side, there's just something that's not right with this one either. So I want this either filed down or put a little bit of crown on there or something. I don't know. The dentist will know what to do. So, one of the dental complications was that when they pulled the crown off, both of the other two teeth next to it either were affected, or maybe the one wasn't affected and the other was. But either way, both of them had issues come up, and I want to get to the dentist as soon as possible to get those fixed. The other little surgical complication, it wasn't even a surgical complication, it's another thing that the dentist is going to have to fix. This flipper thing, which is a piece of plastic that goes on the roof of your mouth, and it's supposed to kind of help fill the hole in your mouth. I don't have it in right now, because if I did, I would sound even weirder than I do right now. Because the damn thing, that oral surgeon did everything he could. He could not get that damn thing to fit correctly. I don't know why. I had that procedure where you had this clay impression made of your mouth, and they sent that to the lab, and that was supposed to show them what my mouth was like. I don't know why they sent this thing that doesn't fit at all. But, I mean, the doctor played and played with that thing, and then he finally said, well, without completely ruining it, there's really nothing more I can do to get this thing to fit correctly. But it still doesn't fit correctly. So the doctor's assistant said the dentist is going to have better tools to make it fit correctly. That's kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie. It's frustrating that it was such a crappy fit. But 48 hours later, almost, I was actually kind of surprised. I had someone say, you're not going to need pain medicine. I'm going, you know what? I'm taking it. I'm getting it. Turned out I actually didn't need it. I still have it. I did end up just taking kind of some Tylenol. What I have is not extreme pain. It's kind of achiness. It's not severe enough to take kick-ass, prescription strength, lock it up in the pharmacy when you close down the pharmacy, and don't give it to them without a paper prescription pain med. But I'm a little curious about these stitches. I knew they were the kind that dissolved. I didn't know they were not going to be needed for a good long time. I mean, I expected them to still be in there for like a week or so. If there's anything in there, I sure don't feel it. They have disappeared already, which is crazy to me. I do have a follow-up appointment with the oral surgeon on Thursday, and I might be able to get into the dentist sooner. It depends on what their availability is. I'm going to call them tomorrow and find out when the soonest appointment is that I could get, because I do want the dentist to do what she can do. I know it won't really feel normal until the dentist can put that crown on this tooth, this extracted and implanted tooth, which she's not going to be able to do until, August, September, October, November. It's going to be 4 months. Mid-November at the earliest, if not after that, is the soonest she's going to be able to put that crown on. So until then, things won't be totally normal, but these things that I do know are problem teeth, I want them fixed, because, they just kind of add, I think, to this just doesn't feel right that my mouth goes through right now. Pudding, mashed potatoes, protein shakes. Those mashed potatoes have been just wonderful. I knew instant mashed potatoes existed. I didn't know they existed in those single serving, like 1.5 ounce bowls. Those are great. I actually ordered more from Amazon, but what I ordered there was a 4 ounce thing, and I didn't realize, I thought it was going to be just a bigger bowl. It wasn't. It's this pouch full of powder. I had to call Ira. I was like, I was not expecting this kind of packaging. You're going to have to read the directions to me. But there were directions I was able to follow, and they've been great, and those have just been awesome. Protein shakes, pudding, applesauce. Those are what I'm eating mostly right now. I got Jell-O and diced up fruit, but I haven't been eating as much of that. So that a balanced diet? Not necessarily. But it's all about eating soft foods right now. This is not the time for big elaborate food right now. And I am going to be interested to see what that doctor, either one of those doctors, says about these. There better not be a problem. I didn't get any kind of bloody taste in my mouth or anything. And because of that, I figure that in spite of whatever's happened with these stitches, I think I'm okay still. I guess I will find out when the oral surgeon and or the dentist sees me. But yeah, I was not expecting these to disappear so quickly. That's not much of a surgery story, but it's what you're getting. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, sign the Do Not Demonetize petition if you feel so moved. And I'll see you for the next video. Bye.